Well, Cody, really basic question. Are you able to put your emotions into words right now?
No, no. Like I said, after the fight, I was overflowing with emotion. I didn't know what to do. I'd been holding everything back for so long. I couldn't hold it back any longer. And I kind of feel like I look like a wuss just balling up on TV. Um, but I couldn't hold it back. I really wanted to. There's a lot of things I wanted to say that I just couldn't say just because I was just an absolute mess. And still now, I'm starting to clear my head out a little bit, but there's still so much going on in my head right now. I don't, I'm still kind of on the verge of crying. I don't really know like what the hell to do yet, but I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I'm a man. I can handle this and
When you made the decision that you were going to go through with this fight, what was kind of your strategy in terms of how I'm going to handle fight week, how I'm going to handle my emotions? Like, did you have sort of ideas as to how to cope with it best?
As silly as it sounds, I like looked on YouTube at videos of like what people had done in the past. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger had a video about how his dad died and he was getting ready for a competition, and how he just basically told his family and everyone, he was like, I'm gonna go compete for you guys, but I can't carry this weight until after I compete. And that was kind of the same strategy I took. I had a really good conversation with Daniel Cormier as well, and he was in a similar situation to me. He lost someone really close to him right before a fight, and he said basically, he couldn't be there for his family, and he really had to buckle down and kind of separate himself from it. Obviously, you can't just take that out of your mind. It's just not even possible. But the best thing I felt like I could do for my family and for my brother to honor him was to come out here and just fight for my life. And I felt like I did exactly that. And now, like I said, all the emotions that I've been suppressing the last week are just getting ready to pour out of me.
Did you feel? Was there any doubt in your mind that you would be able to get through it? Like, or is there this feeling now that it's over, that you're like a sense of hey, I did get through it?
I was struggling today. I mean, like every time I sat down, every time I did anything, I was just on the verge of tears. And I was like, dude, you can't. You work this hard, you can't fall apart now. So today was hard. Today was really, really hard. But I did what I had to do.
Yeah. Does it mean a lot to you to have a win under the circumstances that you are? That like, hey, I always was confident. I was a top 10 guy. I could be a champion in this weight class. But to have a week like this, does it give you confidence moving forward?
No, because I'm a man. I have a job to do. Regardless of any circumstance in my personal life. I'm absolutely one of the best bantamweights on the planet. I know that. Regardless of what's happening in my personal life, that's always going to be true. And I'm not the only one that this has happened to. Look at the world right now. The world's in absolute fucking chaos. Everyone's losing their jobs, and people don't know how they're going to make ends meet. There's a lot of people that are, being faced with a lot of really, really tough decisions and a lot of tough circumstances, no different than I am. And everybody's just got to be strong and pull themselves up by their bootstraps and get the job done.
How big of a win do you think this is for you, just in terms of where it puts you in the division? I mean, we're all talking about the bantamweight division. I know that this was a 145-pound fight, but everybody knew that it was a 145-pound fight between two bantamweights. Where do you think this puts you?
Yeah, Kelleher's, he's been around. He's beat good guys. He's a vet in the bantamweight division. I think going out there and beating him the way I did, that definitely does a little something for my stock. But what's it going to do with the rankings? I don't know. The rankings don't make any sense to me. The only guy I've lost to is the number 2 guy in the world. And, I beat, a couple guys in the top 10, a couple guys in the top 15, and somehow I'm 12. The rankings don't make any sense to me. I don't know what's going to happen next. Like I said, I'm going to go deal with my personal life, and when I come back, I'm going to run through all these guys. I really believe that, I'm headed in the right direction. I'm going to be one of the best in the world really soon.
Yeah. And last thing, and I don't know how much time you've kind of given to thinking about this, but usually, you've got an idea in mind of who you're targeting, because there's a champion in the division. But right now, there's not a champion. So when the dust settles, in your mind, who do you think is the guy that'll hold the belt when you get there?
Man, that's hard to say. I think the guys that are fighting tonight have just as strong a claim for the belt as the guys who are actually fighting for the belt. Peter Yan and Jose Aldo, Sandhagen and Aljamain Sterling are two guys that could easily be the fight for the belt. And then you got Garbrandt, former champ, Sun Sao, been in the top 5 most of his career. Those are 2 guys that, arguably, could potentially be one fight away from a belt fight. Who knows? None of it makes sense. None of it shakes out the way you think it's going to. But the awesome thing about bantamweight right now is that there's a million big fights to make. There's a million guys deserving of that shot. And, when these guys sort it all out, all these guys are peaking. Jose Aldo, Frankie Edgar, all these guys, they've already seen their peaks. I'm still on the way up, and that's going to be the difference, is that I'm still improving. I'm still getting better. I'm watching these guys fight, and I'm not seeing any difference. I'm seeing the same tough guy every single time, the same exact athlete. And, I'm continuously evolving, and I haven't peaked yet. And I think a lot of these guys have, and that's why, I'm going to be the champ.
Good. Thanks, man.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.